All right, this is for the Master's Studies 2 book by Joe Morello. On the opening pages are a series of warm-ups. The number 1 warm-up being a lot of single accent exercises, phrase from 1 to 6, and then he gets into the second exercise. Has a triplet format and a 16th note format. We're going to do the triplet format first. And this exercise really is it's an accent exercise, but it's meant really to develop the forearm accent stroke, which I haven't really demonstrated yet. But it's a way of accenting more than one accent on the same hand. On a regular whip accent is only good for one accent. And if you want to do a series of accents on the same hand, then the whip only happens on the first stroke, and then you have to stay in full stroke position for the rest of the accenting. But I continue to use my forearm in the same way that I use my forearm when I'm whipping, except there's no whip behind it. It's just a straight, approach. So when you're whipping, this is the whip, right? So I'm sort of bringing my elbow out and then throwing it in. But what's happening is that I'm coming up here before I come down. So this is the forearm hit is really from here with the wrist stroke, with the arm coming down with it, except you have a whip before that arm comes down. So if I stay up, now I can continue to play full stroke level, and I'm still throwing my arm behind it along with the wrist motion. And if you'll take a look at my arm, the motion goes from in to out on the elbow, in to out on the downstroke. Whereas when I'm whipping, it goes out to in, because I'm whipping. But what's really happening is it goes out and then it comes out, and then this, when your forearm comes down, it sort of pushes the elbow back out again. So you get this kind of motion back in your elbow, and this momentum is what kicks your arm back up and down. So what I'm happening is the first one's a whip, and then I can do a continuation of arm and wrist strokes, and then control down when I want to stop accenting. So there's multiple accents in one hand. So I'm actually using a whip throw almost down, but I'm allowing it to come back to full stroke position and allowing my arm to come up a little bit to get back into my arm stroke position. So this is an exercise that Joe wrote to practice this particular move. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, so the next one, on exercise 2, same idea, but now we do it with a 16-note format accent instead of a triplet format. So we reverse it. We're going to play the taps in triplets, and then we play the accents in 16th notes. So I have to change the tempo, so it's easy for me to do. I like to look good. So I always play slower than I have to. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. There's another series, but I think we'll do that on another video.